Hello my good friends and welcome to episode 104 of One Credit Classics. Now the chaos continues in just a few brief seconds, but before that it is time to thank some of you, the glorious One Credit Patreon army. So thanks once again to the following truly great people: Justin Timpot Gamer, JT Harkey, Dr. Light, Striker Caden, Brad Warden, Alex Cassidy, Prince Watercrest, Rob Clayton, Chris Lewis, Simon Nelson, Kelvin Cusack, James Capper, Talon Scave, Chris Dabnor, Stephen Griffiths, Aaron Chatfield, Robert Farley, Mike Gammon, David McNamara. I sent you a mug yesterday, just so you know, to the other address you gave me, and Mr. Callum Stannard, collector extraordinaire. Thank you, good people, so much. You can join Patreon for as little as $2 a month, and for that you get a bonus video every week and some free stuff in the post. There's a tier system on the Patreon page. You can give as much as you want to get some cool rewards, so check out the link below. Also, check out our Amazon affiliate scheme. There's a link in the description box. If you shop on Amazon, then use that link when you do, and we'll get a percentage every time you buy something. It won't cost you anything extra. So save that link and get shopping. Finally, there is also a PayPal link at the bottom. So if Patreon isn't your thing, but you want to chuck some cash my way, it is paypal.me/OneCreditClassics. And if you do that, I'll send you some stuff, obviously, and all proceeds go towards my new PC. So, thanks very much for that. Housekeeping over, my friends, to a world of swords and sorcery. Episode 104 takes us to 1987 and one of the most controversial home computer games of the era. It is Barbarian, the ultimate warrior on the Spectrum. Now, if you're my age and you're into home computers at that time, all you need to say is Barbarian and you instantly think of that cover image of Wolf from Gladiators in a loincloth, not ideal, standing over a scantily clad Maria Whittaker, very ideal. The prevalent attitude of the 80s, largely, was that the bulk of games, specifically home computer games, were largely aimed at children, and the controversy created by this cover and the game's kind of sword fighting and head chopping content was absolutely massive. It didn't do Palace Software any harm, however, as this game sold massively. The developer in an interview said that he was receiving like royalty checks for like 7 years, like 5-figure royalty checks for 7 years. This had even got a sequel, Barbarian 2 Dungeon of Drax, and yeah, it sold really well, and it got a port everywhere, every home computer going. The developers even licensed the game to Epix for the US version, who published it as Death Sword. Incredible, right? Based on Conan the Barbarian, Palace Software hired Steve Brown as a designer and artist, and he conceptualized 16 moves that your Barbarian would have, that he practiced himself with wooden swords. There's even one like this move called the Web of Death, which he nicked straight from Conan, where he hit himself in the face several times trying to do it. But what he did was he videoed these sessions, and then the team traced the frames of animation to try and get the attacks as accurately as possible. And Barbarian also featured a fatality, one of the first ones I can remember. Anyhow, I mean, there must have been kind of bits and pieces in other games where people would die in gory kind of fashions. I remember the Japanese version of Golden Axe has got a pretty brutal decapitation. But this fatality, if it landed, saw your warrior cut your opponent's head off, and a little goblin walks on. If you win the fight normally, the goblin will come on and move the body. But if you win the fight with that decapitation, the head goes flying, and then the goblin comes on, boots the head, and drags the body as well. And on the more powerful versions, on the Atari and the Amiga, like he'd be animated and there'd be blood and he'd be chuckling. It'd be absolutely crazy. Oh god almighty, it's just one of those games, right? Every time like I come to record a Spectrum game, I finish it and I'm like, oh shit, that as well. Like, I spent such a long time of my youth playing Spectrum games, because obviously, like, I remember playing Spectrum games from the age of about 5, really. I remember being at primary school and just playing Spectrum games all the time. And I didn't have a Master System till I was like 11, I want to say. I got the money for my 11th birthday. So, like, that's a long time to play on one computer, really. It's like 6 years, and it's like a very formative 6 years in my gaming life, really. I had the Master System for like 2 years, and then got an Amiga, sold the Master System, and then got a SNES like a year after, and then it just went from there, really. And but like, there's so many Spectrum games I spent such a lot of time on, and there's so many very important ones as well. And this really is one of those games. Like, Barbarian is just badass. Like, I know a lot of people will have played like the C64 or the Amstrad version, and they're kind of very different, as these versions always are, but it's just so cool. It's just so absolutely timeless. So what we're going to try and do is beat 7 Barbarian warriors Then beat the evil wizard Drax, who has kidnapped Maria Whittaker. And then, well, presumably, I'm not going to spell it out, but I mean, I've just killed 7 people for you, Shug, and a wizard. So, I mean, yeah. So, at least make me a cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? Let's say, well, that's all I really want, really, at the end of the day. I just want to be out a lot of people and drink a lot of tea. That would be on, like, I should get that tattooed on me somewhere. Cut a lot of heads off, drink a lot of tea. Savage. So what we're going to do is kill a lot of people and try and get a girl, realistically. I mean, that's what it all comes down to with these games, isn't it? Like, I love how it's in a fantasy setting. It's still about getting a girl, isn't it? Irrespective of the fact that I've got to fight to the death against 7 people and then try and kill a wizard. Anyhow, rant over. Let's get started, shall we? Right, let's do this, shall we? Set the controls to start with. Got 1 player. Sinclair joystick. Let's get started. So, there are 7 levels, right? I am the bloke on the left. I think this mask guy now. A central part of what you do is that front roll that knocks him into the corner. But the first guy is notoriously easy to hit with your finishing move. So I am going to try. I'll probably get interrupted doing it. But I want to try and... If you hit that clean... It's like anyone from... Oh. Anyone from 2 onwards. It's impossible to get a beheading. Come on. You can see why it's got a ridiculous wind up right. If I get it again, I'm not going for it. Bang! There we go. Pick the bones out of that. I know, right? What I'm going to do now is use the roll carefully in conjunction with a couple of strikes. The ducking chop. If you get the range right, you can get most people with it. Because they won't know how to get out of it. They'll try and counter it with, like, all the wrong moves. Don't try and get him with the old headbutt. Oh. See, that's the danger. It's tougher than I thought. This is needlessly tougher. That's got him. Now what you need to do, really, is if you roll in and get him down, if you're at the right kind of range, you can wait for him to try and pick a shot off. See, the kick you got to be careful of. See if I can... There you go. So let's get him with a couple. Let's have a look. I mean... There you go. But I mean, the damage has been done at that point. Come on. That's got to be him done, yep. It gets so hard so quick on this. Come on. Bit closer. Jesus. Come on. See, you've got a couple in there. Shit. He did well there, in all fairness to him. There's no time limit on this as well, interestingly enough. So, I mean, you could literally have fights that go on for just absolutely hours. Also, like, if you're brave enough, you can kind of use the corner to your advantage because you know that they're going to go for a headshot generally. So, like, if you let them knock you over with a roll, eventually, you're probably going to catch him with something. But you run that risk if you get in the corner, you could get the boot on you. There you go. Ah, nice. Yeah, you could get the boot on you and you'd have nowhere to go. So it does become a bit of a, like, yeah, a real risk. Oh, headbutt, cheeky. Oh, bollocks. I'm in the corner. See, this is where it gets dangerous. Nice shot there. See, he's going to roll in now. Bollocks. I'm struggling here. That was cheeky. Oh, I'm fucked here, I think. Oh. Nice. God almighty, this is fucking tense. Nice. Fuck. Jesus Christ almighty. Nice! Jesus Christ almighty, that was tense. Fucking hell, I can't have had much more left there. It only gets harder from here, though. That's the problem. Nice. Rate's going for that neck chop. It'll be the undoing of him, that will be. Nice. Oh, shit. Oh. Cheeky headbutt. Oh, that's unlucky. He wasn't as hard at all. But in all fairness, right, it was his aggression going for that friggin' thingy, wasn't it? He was way too aggressive going for that finisher. Nice. You can't go for that neck chop after the first one, really. Nice. Come on. Fucking hell. Bollocks. Too close. That was nice. Close. He's going to kick me here, isn't he? Is he? No, at the underneath. Kick. No. Kick. No. Nice. Straight in the fucking knee. Right then. Oh. That was cheeky. Come on. That was a risk. That was a risk because he could have closed the distance and just headbutted me then. Or kicked me, sorry. Oh, shit. Shit. That's got to be it. Fucking hell, solid. This is a decent performance so far. Right, me and you, lizard man. Oh, didn't fancy it. I'll have this ridiculously proportioned woman. And that, my friends, is Barbarian. I mean, how long is this going to go on for? Oh, nice. Wolf from Gladiators and Maria Whittaker there. Oh. Oh. This song, though. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah. And that, my good friends, is Barbarian. What an absolute belter, right? We all played it. Do you know what I mean? We're all enthralled by the fact there was a woman with massive jugs on the front who turned out to be a page 3 girl. And we're all enthralled by the fact that they took advantage of that perfectly by putting free poster inside on it. What an absolute genius bit of marketing. This is it. Because the way I've got my controls set up, it only says start game of 1 player, but obviously there was a 2-player version, and you could play against friends and stuff. I just love Barbarian. It's just cool, and like it's like one of the first games that I remember having a death move, and you saw it with that like swinging kind of neck chop and stuff, which you never hit. You can hit on friends, but you never hit after the first like level. But it's just one of those games that since I got the ability to do Spectrum games, I thought I'm gonna have to do this. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed getting this done. It is Wednesday, my good friends. I have not long come back from Mother Russia. Shouts to everybody in lovely St. Petersburg. It was really beautiful over there. It was a great time, good show, good food, good people. Just knackered, but a lot of fun. There will be a Patreon Picks video up on Saturday, and then next week there will be the last episode in this season of One Credit Classics, and then I'll go on some kind of hiatus till about June, till about July. About my birthday is generally what happens, so I generally have a couple of months off. Thinking about a few more things. What I'm thinking of doing, right, is as follows. Long plays for the Wednesday videos with the occasional 1 credit clear in there, because there's loads of stuff I want to do and I'm not going to have the time to get good at, and I don't know, I've just done so many games now that I don't want to have to keep finding stuff that's easy if it's not good and fun to play. And luckily enough, all these Spectrum games have been a bit of both, but I want to get back to playing SNES games and arcade games, and I just don't think I'm going to have the time to do it and learn it unless I change the rules a little bit. So we're going to do long plays on Wednesday. On Saturdays, right, I'm thinking in the space recording a massive multi-part long play and then putting that out as Patreon content. I think that'd be quite cool. Doing like an old roleplay game like we did with Shining Force or something like that. So if you've got any ideas about adventure games that you'd like to see, let me know. I really want to do Link to the Past, to be honest, on the SNES. I think that'd be fucking cool to do. But anyhow, that's another thing for another day. It is Wednesday dinner time. You good people are going to go about your day as normal. But until I speak to you next, which will either be Saturday if you're one of the good folks on Patreon, or next week for the season finale, take care, speak soon, and I will see you on another episode of One Credit Classics. Take care, my friends.